Hi all, welcome back to Unconditional Surrender. This is training scenario 4. This is my part 15, I think it is. So I'm halfway through turn April of 1940. This scenario only stretches to December of 1940. So, and we've had the Axis operations, and they've eventually stepped into France and Belgium. They took Netherlands, they took Belgium, they also took Norway on this turn, because they got the weather basically. And so they've finished their activation. We've carried out the West invaded conditional event. The French have a new air unit. And the factories loss markers are on, so we've got strategic warfare. What was it? The Commonwealth trade thing's been put up on the. Not that they're going to get much use of that. It doesn't come until October, so they'll get a couple of months of. I think that gives an extra factory back as well, something like that. And also something I realised that releases the units down and North Africa. So this isn't going to be easy to deal with, because this is the very bottom of my table here. There's the edge of the table. So, but I have put these back. I took the rest of the ones that were off. I'm just going to leave them off because I'm not going to move them. I'm not going to touch Malta in its fort. I'm not going to touch Gibraltar in its fort, and I'm going to leave Force H as well. Force H has is that in Gibraltar? I think so. It's got a convoy and it's obviously an aircraft carrier. However, this is the one ground unit we've got in the Western Defence Force, and it's down here in Alexandria. Okay, now we should have been tracing supply with that. I haven't been doing that. I think there's two ways it can trace supply. It can go through the sea here. I want to say it can also go down into the Suez Canal, through the Suez Canal, and you'll see that there's some map boxes here. Yeah, that one there can go to the Arabian Sea one, which then can go to the Western Indian Ocean box, and then you'll see there's an arrow going along here, which can take us right along to the South Atlantic Ocean box, and then from there away up to the Eastern North American box, from there into the North Atlantic Ocean box, and then you have access to sea zones 1, 2 and 7, which are around the UK. I would think not 9 as well. No, 1, 2, 7 and 16 it is. 16. Western units only. Adjacent to sea zones 1, 2, 7 and 16. Oh, 16's away down here where we came from. Oh, see, I think you've got the choice of the Eastern North American box or the North Atlantic Ocean box when you go around there. So that's where that would be in tracing supply. No issues. The Germans can't intercept that. You can obviously see that if the Italians are involved, they've got some Navy units and could be messing about with that. However, if you go through the canal bit, that keeps you away from the Mediterranean as well to trace your supply. So I want to say I can transport that through that way as well. So we are on to the Western operations. So I'm just going to do this just now, and the problem with this is these are some things that you're not going to be doing in the main game. You're not going to be moving this out of Egypt. So I do feel a little bit, should I bother? The other thing I thought, why not do is move this French Alps unit up. Because we know Italy's not going to join. We know we've only got a few months left. It's an extra unit to fight in France. But I don't know if that's gaming things a little bit. However, the other thing I was talking about was bringing Hungarian units along for the Germans, so I think I can do that. But yeah, let's do it, and it'll just be something a little bit more for the British to do. Okay, so the British activate the WDF. So that costs 1 point. Sorry, 2 points because it's mobile. Right, and then we use this convoy, and we're going to take the med fleet along to escort us as well, right? Now, they can move... They must be able to move 10 as well, because I was looking for the air one yesterday, wasn't I? And I was struggling to find it. So it's 10, but is it not something like 3 to move into one of the map boxes? Well, shouldn't I just tell you on your player aid here, Grant? Ground movement, air movement, naval movement. Into a map box, it costs 3. A sea zone, it costs 1. The canal 2, map box 3, and a +2 if you're going across a strait. So, so we're going down that canal. Are we? No, then that would mean that we would end up needing to go that port, Grant. Well, let's not bother with that then. Let's go the other way. Let's go through the sea. Yeah, let's just go through the sea. So I trace my path through the sea, and it's not going to be easy to show you this because where things are. So we move 1 into Sea Zone 25. There's nothing to intervene, like I say. There's no naval units, enemy naval units around. So it's 1 into there, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then... Right, we're crossing this strait. So we're 5 into Sea Zone 17. Let me just use this dice just now. So that's taking us 5. Now, does that cost us to cross through that then? It will do, won't it? Because it just says a strait. It's not that it's an enemy strait or anything like that. In fact, well, if it was an enemy strait, I don't think I'd be able to, would I? Yeah. So I'm going to say it's going to cost me 1 more to move into there, 6, but we're going to play a +2 for that. So that's going to take us up to 8. So we've only got 2 left, so we're not going to make this, are we? So then 9 into Sea Zone 7, and then... well, we're wanting to land in France, actually, not... Oh, well, we could just land in Brest now on 9 points. Wouldn't Cherbourg be a bit closer and a bit better? I think so. So I think we can move another 1 into Sea Zone 10, and that's our 10 movement points. Okay, and then we're just going to land. It doesn't cost you anything to enter a port. You've made the move into the Sea Zone. So I think that was right. I think that was 10. Somebody will hopefully tell me if I've got any of this wrong. So then we move them round. It was a full 10 to get there. And they each, both the convoy and the fleet get a sortie. Just 1 sortie, that's it. And we're just going to leave them there. They're going to help, they need to supply across to mainland UK as well. So yeah. Okay, so now they've got at least 2 British units to be able to try and do something about this invasion of France. And like I say, I very much doubt that happened in history. I'm pretty sure they had to stay down there because there was threats elsewhere. But I'm just... sort of, yeah, gaming it a little bit, I suppose, but just to maybe get the British involved. Okay, so, and then what about this French unit then? Is that a bit... It's not really naughty bringing it up, is it? Let's activate it. So it's 1 point to activate it. Guess the French doing something, isn't it? I don't know if they're going to try and take on something here or not. I mean, they do have 2 air sorties. Mind you, so do the Germans still have 2 left. So it's not as if they're wiped out here. They can... I don't know. I mean, I don't want to go and try and... This is in a city as well, so I don't want to go and try and attack with that. I think if anything, you want to try and do some assaults. Now this is the second Panzer unit. I could do possibly plug in this gap here, but this guy's not going to make it, is he? Because it's going to cost them, it's 1 to cross that mountain range, and it's 2 into the rough, isn't it? So it's going to be 2 into rough, but +1 for going over the mountain. So that would be 3. No, he's not going to be far away actually. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you can see I need to come in from that hex there, which I don't. Well, you could move the Paris unit into there. You've got to be careful about making sure you've got retreat paths though as well. And I did say about maybe moving some of these guys out the forts, but I mean, all we're trying to do here is put speed bumps in the way, delay things so that they don't succeed by December. And we are sitting in April right now. Now, the chances of the weather appearing in May and in June for them is still a bit of a hit or a miss. So bear that one in mind. If I could get this guy, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, couldn't you swap places with this? I think I could do that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. So let's move this guy first. Right, I paid 1, I'm going to move this guy first. Now, is it wise putting it in there? And then bring this guy up. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into there. Could I have a go at that 4th infantry maybe? Yeah, I was saying, I remember noticing last night that I've cleverly left retreat paths for them. That wasn't clever. It's just lucky, to be honest. Because I think you do need to watch for that. I mean, that first Panzer unit there, you know, if this was, or there's me talking about attacking the 4th infantry. Because I could put an assault, use that and that as an assault. So we get +1 for French, +1 for the assault unit, chuck an air unit in, that's +4. But then they get +2 for German, +2 for chuck an air unit in as well. So it's 4 against 4, isn't it? It's is it maybe worth it? If I was able to assault with another unit, if there was another unit to be able to get adjacent and I had 3 of them, then it might sound like, I mean, you could do that with, I could move that one into there and then he could go after the Panzer unit, but he's getting an extra +2 for being in the tanks, eh? So I don't think I will budge the guys out of the forts just yet. I don't know. Again, these guys that have played the game plenty of times probably know the best way to deal with the fort situation. So I'll bring the Alps unit up. Well, hang on, Grant. If you are going to make this attack, you need to decide now because you've moved that guy. And the other thing is you maybe want to keep your 4 sorties. Remember you've got the British as well, Grant. I don't know how aggressive I want to start getting with them though. I mean, you can see the charge on Paris here. I think the British they maybe need to sit back just for now, just to see how things go. see how the weather kicks in as well, because if the weather goes bad, then the Germans they'll maybe still try a couple of assaults, but yeah. And if you keep the sorties at 4, what can the Germans can get back? This will be on 4, this will be on 3, this will be on 3, so they'll have access to 2, 5. They'll have access to 8 sorties. This will be on 2, this will be on 4. So you can see they're going to wipe out the French here, aren't they? Yeah. So does that mean you should have a go then? That German 4th Infantry unit. Yeah, why not? Why not? We're just practicing here anyway. Just breaking the map again. So he's going to finish his activation there and declare an assault attack. I'm going to activate the 6th Infantry unit in there for the French. Down to 14. And he's going to not move, but carry out an assault there as well. It doesn't really matter when we resolve this, so maybe I'll just move the other units first. So I'm going to move this Alps unit then, so I'm going to go down to 13. Now, is there any reason, what do we need to keep? We need 6 points, don't we, for our air units, so just remember that, Grant. Well, we're fine just now though. So, move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 into there. Yeah. And, well, that's going to be it, isn't it? Well, what about the British, though? Well, maybe bring this along. Bring the WDF along. So we activate it for the British. That's 2 points, because it's mobile. Yeah, I don't want to really move it too far, though, do I? 1, 2, 3... Maybe put it in there. Well, hang on, I shouldn't be trying to cover... No. Because the cities down here, you've got Vichy and Lyon, you've got Dijon there. Well, if things break through here, and I think that's when I drop back a couple of the fort units. Because we don't want the Panzer getting round the back of them. Yeah, part of me feels that maybe I should break loose of this fort here and drop it back into Dijon. But then that lets that unit move into that little hole there, and yeah, I think I'll just leave that like that. So actually, I'll bring the WDF down to this junction here, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into that junction there, I think. So you can still move up that way, or you could maybe get around this way. Right, let's go with that. And do I care about the points? Not really. I don't want the WDF getting too far away from this, though. This is its support, isn't it? Am I right in... No, I don't think I'm allowed to bring the... I don't think I'm allowed to bring that air unit across, am I? Was home defence not stopping that? I've got that page open, actually. Again, just out the rulebook here. UK must keep at least one of its air units and one of its ground units within 3 hexes off or anywhere within Great Britain. Okay, so it can move. It could come across to Le Havre or Calais, because it's going to be within 3 hexes of London. Then again, we're then going to have to supply it. yeah, so we need to have a convoy with. So it could go into Le Havre beside the BF. I think I'll leave it for now, and hopefully we might not need that. I just feel, I don't know why. Just feel like I want to move this guy into here. It's not really doing an awful lot, is it? But just to get on the... Well, I was already on the transport line, Grant, wasn't it? Yeah, let's just leave it where it is. Yeah, let's leave it where it is just now, because it wants to move into that hex, that's 1, whereas across there it's then having to come back across the water. Yeah, okay, so I'll not spend A2 for that. Right, okay, I think that's everything. So we'll do this assault now. Okay, so if we're going to do this, we do need to commit this air unit, don't we? I feel. But knowing that it looks like the Germans are going to take out the French air anyway, that's what I'm thinking on that side of my brain. So it's difficult not to think about it on the other side. Yeah, you've got to try and go in with an open mind on that, haven't you? You've got to try and not allow yourself to think that. However, you can think it is possible, because you worked out the number there, it is possible for the... Well, actually, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just... Yeah, it's going to have to have him that goes for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. Right, I'm kidding. The French, have they got anything else they can use? No. So they're going to have they're going to fly a sortie out for ground support. So we're going to have... Oh, yeah, no. We need to have a combat with us, don't we? So, yeah, so we need to have an air-to-air combat. Ooh, yeah, and I was forgetting the Germans get a +2, don't they? But they're on 5 sorties, we're on 4. Oh, there's me saying we this time. See, Stuart? See? Although I'm not French, so... But, you know what I mean. So +2 for being German, -5 for the sortie. So theirs is a -3. And yes, my dice failed me. I'll work on that, like I said. And the French don't get anything. They're a -4. So a -3 to a -4 for the air war. Over, where's it? We're fighting. Well, it's in the middle somewhere. It's just in a clear hex. Yeah, because I wouldn't have took anything on that wasn't going to... Yeah, here we go. Alright, 2 3s. Well, that's going to be 3 -3s, 1, 0, and then 3 -4s, 1. They've got to be a minimum of 1. So it's a diamond result, so they both incur a sortie. So that is kind of what you would expect there. In fact, I wasn't even going to roll for it first, but that was because I forgot. They do need to roll. Whether it was possible for somebody to score 2 sorties on somebody there, I don't know. Using the know would know. So he goes up to 5, and then this guy, that was this guy who used, he goes up to 6. But they're both allowed to... Oh, hold on. Yeah, that's fine. Oh no, it's this one here, isn't it? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's fine. Is he in range? But he is. So we've both got air support, and the French have an extra unit. Oh, sorry, that's not happened for a while. I had a spell of doing that quite a lot. This looks like there's something loose in here as well, but that was just me not tightening up the arm bit there. Okay, so now it's the French are attacking. Oh, yeah, that should have been the other way about, shouldn't it? It was a 3 and a 3. It didn't matter. The -4 should have been here, and the -3 should have been here, because it was the French that are the attackers at this time. Need to watch that though, Grant. Which I've spoiled it for this. This is more important here. So the French are the attackers. They get a +1 for being French. They get +2 for having air support in fair weather, and they get an extra +1 for the assault unit. Sorry, point at things you can't see. For having an extra assault unit. One of these needs to be the primary attacker, but they're both the same. We'll just say it's this guy. There's no rivers going across or anything like that. It's not in a city, so that's going to be an extra +1 to go to 4. But the Germans are going to get the exact same 4, aren't they? Because they're +2 for being German, and they're +2 for air support. So it is a 4 and a 4. So just if you got a good die roll, then maybe you're going to get something out of it. But a 6 to a 1, that would probably do something. Yeah, here we go. I remember the blue dice is the Allies, Western faction. Well, they did get the better of the 2. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. So 4 + 3 is 7. And 4 + 1 is 5. Nah, I think they're just missing out. Just needed one more, I think. So 7 to a 5 is the diamond result, yeah. One more would have knocked them back. To be honest, even knocking them back 1 hex, I don't think I would have advanced. So it's probably not really been worth it. And I've used the sortie at my air power, but I think they're going to get knocked out anyway, so yeah. Right, that's that assault over then. We can take them away. And yeah, I don't think we're doing anything else with the Western faction. Now, they do need to trace supply. So, no issues with their French units. However, the British units, you've got the BF and its convoy there, and the WDF there. Oh yeah, I was forgetting about them. How much points have they got left? 14. Okay. So to supply the BF, we'll use this convoy here. Right, bring some sortie markers across, Grant, I think. We just have them a bit nearby here, I think. A couple of them should do. Right, so we use the convoy here to supply the BF. The home fleet can just do his own trace, and he doesn't incur a sortie, and that supplies BF. And then the WDF, I'll maybe just use the same one actually. Yeah, I'll just use the same convoy there to trace supply for it as well. So that incurred 2 sorties. Oops. Well, we're probably just about to take them off again, right? That incurred 2. This would trace. Remember, convoys don't need to trace supply, and the Med fleet can trace its own supply across to Southampton. And that supplied the WDF and the BEF. The French units are fine. Yeah. Alright, so moving on with sequence of play. Into the no supply phase, there's nobody in no supply. Replacements phase, right. Do the Germans first then. So they've got hold on. No, that's fine. Yeah, I've got that Norway unit across there still, haven't I? Well, you still have the threat, and I suppose more reason to leave the BF stacked with the convoy. You still have the threat of them heading up onto Norway, so I think you need to keep that Norway unit there. Again, I'm going to know what I'm going to do and whatever, so you've got to shut off from one side to the other, but yeah, anyway. Right, well, we're not at that now anyway, Grant. So I'm going to 369. I'm going to spend 9 points there to remove 2 sorties from each because I think there's nothing else we're doing after that. No, we're going to get 3 units moving down into mobilisation. So what did I say? 9 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that just leaves me on 5. Must have spent a lot there. Of course, yeah, we've done a lot of things. That just leaves me on 5 then, which is perfect for the diplomacy. Right, and then, well, you better move these counters, Grant. So that goes down to a 4. Let me adjust the other 2 off camera. Right, okay, so that's the Axis faction done theirs. So, the French, yeah, they've got 2 air units. So they want to spend 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're down to 7. To also take 2 off of this one and 2 off of that one. There we go. And so the British don't have any sorties on their aircraft, but they've got 1 here on a convoy and 2 on a convoy there. So that is 3, 6, 9. And if they wanted to take the one off the fleet, that's another 4. Yeah, I noticed I miscounted, I think, previously. I put a little comment in the header that I counted them up wrong. I counted them at 5 the last time instead. It should have been 7 for some. I don't know what I was thinking. They still had plenty of points to do the diplomacy anyway. So it'd be 3, 6, 9, 13. Do they have? And then they want 5. So do they have 18? No, they don't. They have 14. So I'm pretty sure they want to do diplomacy. So maybe just leave the fleet. So that would be 3, 6, 9. Leaving them with 5, wouldn't it? Yeah, let's do that. So leave them with 5, and I'll take the sorties off all the convoys. I'm talking rubbish here. I had 2 convoys, so one had 2 sorties on it, one had 1. So that's only 6 points. Oh, but I can't spend. I've spent 9. Let me spend 6. Let me go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the 2 convoys. Yeah, that means I can't do either fleet then, because the fleets are 4. That's fine. Just leave them with their sortie on. That's fine. It's more important. The convoys are going to get used to trace supplies. So, okay, there we are. Right, so that's replacement. Yeah, nothing else for the French. So, yeah. Okay. Alright, so on to the upgrade phase, nothing happening there. Mobilisation, there's nothing to mobilise. So diplomacy, right, what have we got now? Right, sorry. Well, there's 3 pro-access markers in here now, because Norway, Netherlands and Belgium fell in an area C's. So I reckon the Axis want to go in there and have a shot at one of them. So they've got 5 points left, so they will spend all 5 and draw one of these out the cup. I'll go for that one there. And it is indeed a pro-access. So, I need to remind myself. And I really need this in the updated rules, don't I? Rather than the rule book. So, give me a second. Right, so yeah, this is the one that gives a political success. It's not restricted or unrestricted. It's a straight up political success. So I could use that to remove the one from Ireland, which I might just do that. Seems a bit of a shame, but or we could put that in an adjacent in a country that shares a land border with an active friendly country of mine. yeah, so I want to say this is where we can now select Sweden. Sweden's capital's there, Stockholm. So you can now select Sweden. We could still go for Italy again. Or there's other options, Yugoslavia, Romania, I think, which are adjacent to Hungary. Like I say, I don't think it's going to matter awful much in this game. Well, I suppose if you'd done Yugoslavia, could you not like strategically move one of their units as well? Excuse me. Yugoslavia. Oh well, remember this isn't. Yeah, you need 2 successes for it, Grant. Yeah. Okay, let's go for Yugoslavia. Let's go for Yugoslavia. So I'll put a pro-axis marker in there. That's fine. Okay. Right, moving on to the Western faction then. No events and two pro-axis markers. Probably like to get them out of the cup as well though. So yeah, I think the British will just pay to draw one out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they paid 5 as well. And there is an area seized in there as well, isn't there? Although the next area seized is going to be good for the Germans, isn't it? So they draw no event. And then because the Soviets, because there is one area seized marker still left in the cup, they're going to draw. And they're not filled up their seeded countries. There's still 2 to come. So here we go. And they get a pro-axis marker, which just gets removed. So that was good. That was good for them. So there's still 1 pro-axis marker in there. Area seized, 3 no events. So I dare say the Axis will probably have a go at that next turn as well. Try and draw. Get lucky, yeah. Well, the fact that the area seized marker is also going to benefit them slightly, then yeah, definitely. Right, moving on to victory check. There's no victory, and then so end the turn. We move the turn marker on. We're going to get a couple of things back: some tanks and a ground support. So the French get their tanks back. Oh yeah, I need to remember the British have tanks as well. So, and you want to make the use of them because they come back every turn. So you want to make sure you use them. But the British haven't been in battle yet, so the French get their tanks back. That's just moved on to May, and then move all units in eliminated box into mobilisation. There's a few of them. 1 French unit there, and these 3 garrisoned German units. Going to get mobilised next turn as well. Need to remember, keep the points back for them though. And that's it. Okay. So another turn gone by. Looks pretty smooth for the Axis. Well, it's going to be dependent on the weather, but the fact they've been able to get an early start in April, and they've, the only downside was bring that extra air unit along for the French, but I don't know if they're that overly bothered. I mean, they're quite happy to attack with their. If they get the Panzers, they get a +4, and the French get a +1. They don't need air support with that die roll's good enough at that. Right, I'm only at 39 minutes there though, but since it's the end of the turn, I think I'll just cut that as a part as well, and I'll come back with part 16. But I'm still raring to go, so. Actually, yeah, I think I'll just stop and start again. I'll keep this on the camera. There should be enough space for it. No, maybe not. Maybe I will copy them across just in case. Don't want any issues with that. So I'll be back with the next part shortly. Cheers.